Hello!
Hello.
Welcome to Jam and Jabber.
Today we are jamming and jabbering.
We heckin' are.
About
kitties!
kitties!
Kitties! We recently enjoyed the game Stray, because everyone on the internet is talking about it right now.
Okay, but to be fair, I have been watching this project for the last few years. I follow lots of cat pages on the internet, and everybody has been super excited about the game Stray.
Oh, yeah.
And even though it was people say, oh, it's a shorter game, but the story and everything was so good.
6 to 8 hours of gameplay is still pretty solid to me.
Yeah.
That's good.
And so, I pitched the idea to Ken. What other video games can we improve by making the protagonist a cat?
Apparently not Mario. Steph really didn't like the idea of, Kitty Mario wearing, a man suit. But Mario wearing a cat suit, that's fantastic. That's still good.
Yeah.
But Kitty Mario wearing a man suit, that's just a line too far. So, I kept that as our opening image.
Thank you for joining us, Rachel.
Hello.
Before we start, actually, normally we do a warm-up sketch, but today we've got something special.
Yeah. Rachel gave us some very special taffy. It is a pickled flavored taffy.
And when you think of cats, I think of pickles, because Ken drew the cutest picture of a pickle cat.
I did.
And if you want to see it, you can see it on his Instagram.
You'll have to go through a lot of pixel art and other images first, which is great because, maybe you give some of those images a like as you're looking up for the pixel cat.
Well, we thought it'd be fun to try this. So supposedly, it's not sweet. It tastes just like pickles. So we told Rachel that we would try it live on stream so she could hear our immediate reaction. So, okay, you tried yours.
Oh. Yeah, that tastes like pickles. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, my brain is kind of not knowing how to process this.
Oh wow.
Because it's pickles, but it's not like a pickle texture. It's taffy texture, and it's just, oh wow. Oh, that's so interesting.
You're totally right. It doesn't taste sweet.
No. Oh, wow. Oh.
It legit tastes like pickles. It's a little bit sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't call it a sweet relish. Maybe close to a sweet relish at the most, but it really is not that sweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, my brain.
That's
it's interesting.
weird.
My brain is trying to make sense of it. So it's when you have a pickle with your sandwich?
Yeah.
Or you're eating some chips and you've got a pickle on the sandwich or something. It's that flavor of pickle seeping into your sandwich or into the texture of the chip as you're chewing it.
Yeah.
That's what my brain is trying to tell me that I'm eating right now.
Oh, that's good. It's good.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of I love Thai iced tea.
Oh yeah.
But when I was in high school, a friend of mine said it tasted like how a number 2 pencil tastes or smells. She just every time I drink a Thai iced tea, it just reminds me of a freshly sharpened number 2 pencil. And every single time I have a Thai iced tea, doesn't matter if it's at a restaurant or canned or whatever, I always associate that number 2. But this is good. It's not.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to take too much of our stream to talk about it, but thank you for sharing these with us, Rachel.
Yeah, thank you.
She gave us an entire bag, and I'm looking forward to eating the rest of these. Maybe we'll have to eat some with some sandwiches.
So our brain can wrap around what we're doing.
It's good. It's very good. I really like these. All right, let me pop out of the chat.
All right.
Cats will be awesome. Yeah. We got Ashley saying, I finally arrived to Alive again. Hello. Thank you for joining us, Ashley. We got Rachel saying, I told you it's the bomb. It's www.dabomb.com.
Oh, my goodness.
We got Ashley saying, I used to bite pencils, so I completely get what they mean. Yes, thank you very much, Rachel.
Yeah.
That was fun. I'm glad we got to do that on stream.
Yeah.
Do you have that list available, or do you need to pull it up?
I do not have it available
I
at
got
the
it.
moment.
I got
we,
you.
We made a list of 20 different video games that we think would be made better if the protagonist was a cat.
Yes.
And what is our first game?
I think we're going to start off strong. So again, 20 different video games. We came up with a list. And, So, I think I can give you a good clue for this one. Na 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 na. Katamari Damacy.
Katamari.
Katamari Damacy.
We're gonna get copyright struck for that one.
It's so good.
So good. Oh my gosh. I love Katamari. It's such a fun game.
So, Katamari Damacy is a game that came out in the early 2000s.
Yeah, like on PS2.
PS2, it's a really fun game. It's a Japanese game, if you couldn't tell by the name. And you are this... It's a ridiculous game.
It is.
It is super ridiculous. You play as this little character called the Prince.
The Prince of all Cosmos, even.
Yes, because you are the son of the King of all Cosmos.
As you are. Yeah.
Who got drunk one day and accidentally destroyed all of the stars in the sky.
I mean, however you went about it, yeah.
It's your job to roll up a bunch of shit onto what they call a
Katamari.
A Katamari. It's this little ball that basically things will stick to it when you bump up against it. And so you can make new stars into the sky. And it's just a very calming, like the music is good.
The music is amazing.
I listen to it just as a soundtrack because I love the music so much. And you're just like, you're this little guy and you roll this ball up and you just collect random shit. And then you get bigger and bigger and bigger until the point where you are collecting humans, cars, buildings. The last stage is you roll up the whole entire Earth. And it's just, it's very charming. It's very sweet. Again, the music's great. And, So, I think there is a version of one of the princes because there's not just one prince.
Yeah.
There's multiple.
There's the cousins as well.
Yeah, you've got lots of cousins that just for like multiplayer mode where you can play, and they all kind of have a similar look. But I think one did have cat ears.
Probably, if not, you can collect like gifts and presents from the king throughout the game too, and get accessories and gear to customize your character as well.
We got in the chat, is that bee dressed as Mario? Oh, never mind, just a cat. Play it, that is. Yes, at the beginning, Ken was saying he had pitched the idea of Mario, where a cat was wearing like a Mario suit, and I hated the idea, so he wanted to draw that. It could be bee. I mean, all of these cats could be your cats.
It could be.
You can absolutely self-insert. This could be Stanley. This could be an Oliver. This could be any cat. This could be a Romeo. This could be a Thor. This could be a Loki. I know so many people with cats named Loki, and they all live up to the name. I love what you've drawn already.
Thank
This
you.
is so good.
Thank you.
Oh, that kitty would just bap that Katamari ball around.
Absolutely, it would.
This would be so... I mean, this game is already perfect. But to make the main character, the prince, as a cat would just be perfection. Like, you just turn that knob to 11. Like...
Yeah.
Oh, I love what you've drawn. It's so good. Does anybody who's been watching, have you guys played Katamari Damacy? If so, which one was your favorite game? I am a big fan of the original.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it was the first one I played. But the second one was really good, too.
Oh,
I really liked the second one.
I played the second one before I ever played the first one. The first one is actually on the Switch right now.
Yes, it is.
It is. And it's absolutely delightful. There's so many different versions, too.
Katamari Damacy!
So good.
Well, so we've got a request that we need to make one of these kitties look like Beatrice tonight. Our sweet kitty.
I will do my best.
She was talking to us all day long.
Yeah.
She was showing us her sweet tiny belly because it's summertime, so it's Tums Up season. You gotta, if you're a kitty, you gotta be on your back and showing off your tummy. I don't know where she ran off to.
If she'll show herself so that she can model for me, I'll do my best to represent her on stream.
And hopefully I can get her to sing on camera. I was asking her, like, B, is this today going to be the day you're going to sing? She's like, I don't know, meow, meow, meow. Beatrice, those who have never seen pictures of her, she is a tabby tortie. So unlike other types of tabbies that are more gray and black colors, she's got a beautiful brown and like burgundy and caramel colors, and she has this beautiful little caramel drop right on the middle of her forehead.
Yeah.
That's where the kisses go.
It's true.
She is a very magical kitty, and how she came to us is a very magical story too, which I think we might have time to share on stream.
Yeah.
But Rachel says, nope, never heard the game. Rachel, it's a fun one. You know, I know you've got a Switch Lights. I was thinking about getting one myself, actually, because... okay, small side tangent.
Play those Pokemon games with me.
Small side tangent. I was looking into... Well, we've been watching the updates for the new Pokemon, Scarlet and Violet.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, maybe this is the Pokemon game. I'll get back into it. Because Sword and Shield...
Sword and Shield was weird.
Sword and Shield was weird. I can't get over Swordbert and Shieldbert and Gunther.
I'm really upset that they never produced Gunther, quite frankly.
I know, right?
Gunther would have been magical.
Gunther would have been magical. But, you know, like, I've been seeing lots of really great things for Violet and Scarlet, and they kind of took some advice of, like, actually, we hated these things about Sword and Shield. Can you never do this again? They're like, okay. Except when the first things they have been producing have been, like, the legendaries can turn into motorcycles now.
I love that, like, they've got the wheels on their tummies, and yet they still choose to run. It looks so ridiculous.
I kind of hate it, and I'm like, oh no, oh no, no.
I'm just gonna say, it's a good thing that Smoliv is, like, they released Smoliv first, because that is an adorable ding-dang Pokemon.
And the grass cats, it's bringing it back to our theme for tonight. Like, oh my god, it's so cute. But I'm like there with all the fans, like, keep those paws, all 4 paws on the ground. Don't you dare make them bipedal. I'm gonna pay attention to the chat, I promise. We got Ashley saying, please, Stephanie, please give B a smooch for me. I guarantee you, I absolutely will. Ashley also says, also she has a regular Switch now. The light was driving hard and wasn't able to be fixed, so now she has Animal Crossing version for the Switch. Weed Cat. Yes, I've seen a lot of stuff for Weed Cat. But I can't say I'm really thrilled with the legendaries that are motorcycles.
I'm kind of excited for it.
It's
I want Violet because it's the cool, like, sci-fi one.
Well, it's also got Thirstad.
Yes, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Professor Dilf is an interest of mine for the game. It's just, like, I know that in Breath of the Wild, you had, like, a whole quest to get a ridiculous motorcycle. And it was DLC, so it was acceptable.
Yeah, and I get it. It's fine. No, like, whatever. It's DLC. It's just fun, stupid stuff. But this is, like, the main form of transportation in the game. And you get your legendaries first off. Like, so usually, kind of building up towards the end of the game kind of thing for most Pokemon games. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get myself a Switch Lite, and if I do, I'm definitely picking up Katamari because it's one of my favorite games.
Oh, heck yeah.
You're taking enough time to color this thing. I should give you another to work with.
It's fun.
Meow,
And one thing to note about Katamari as well is just the bright, vibrant colors is just an important part of the game too. It's so much fun. All right, I'm feeling good about this. Like, this is a great version of Katamari.
Bap all of those stars. I think this cat would be the one to knock out all the stars in the sky.
That would be the story that they tell. Yeah.
I love it. This is a great improvement for already 10 out of 10 game.
Heck yeah. What's our next game?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Because cats are the best fighters. They are bred for war.
It's true.
They are bred for fighting and destroying and destruction. So I think absolutely Street Fighter. We've got drifting, sorry. I beg your pardon. Yeah, it's motorcycles. We got Ashley saying, Stanley, their kitty, popped out from under the bed looking for you, Stephanie. Oh, Stanley, I love you. Meow, meow, meow. He just jumped on the bed yelling for you. I love you too, Stanley. Meow. Hey, we got Fanny in the chat. Good to see you. Professor Dilf. Yes. I don't mind the other professor. Like... actually, will you mind talking for a second? I need to turn on some lights in here. It suddenly got really dark in here.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, the two professors basically are nicknamed Professor Dilf because he's a handsome man, and then Professor Milf because lady, who for some reason is dressed as a cave, like
person,
cave person. I don't know.
But Professor Dilf, I mean, damn.
Yeah. Like, he's got, like, the Tron bodysuit going for him. Like, he's all about the sci-fi, and she's all about, like, the prehistoric Stone Age person. There we go. Stone Age.
Yeah, I get the feeling it's, like, the difference between, like, futuristic Pokemon versus more fossil-type Pokemon.
And, I was looking it up because I was curious, because the legendaries in this one are named, like, Koraidon and Miraidon or something like that, which is just Japanese for future and past, like with a dawn added to it. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I got curious.
That's exactly what that is.
Which, of course, makes me wonder if, like, the combination one version of the game will be, like, whatever present dawn or something. Like,
that's funny. Yeah, the combination between the two of them.
I feel like the combination, instead of being like a sci-fi motorcycle or a prehistoric motorcycle, will just be like an office worker who hates their job motorcycle.
Yeah, they're gonna be in their like office chair, just kind of scooting around. We go by the chat. We've got Ashley saying, Beatrice Street Fighter, yeah. We got Fanny saying, looks like new Pokemon that has taste. Strong woman. Is Professor Milf a strong woman? This is vital information.
I think they make
She's very strong.
Yeah, I think they make a joke about her just being, like, superhumanly strong.
Oh, she's very strong. Like, things I've seen, yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about certain fetish things, but I mean, I guess if Step On Me Mommy is a thing on TikTok, I guess we can talk about it here on YouTube.
I've never understood that one myself, but hey, whatever.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
So, wait a second, who the heck are you drawing?
Vega from Street Fighter, but as a kitty.
I thought you were gonna go for our Polnareff look-alike.
I mean, there's still time. I could have Vega Kitty fighting Guile Kitty.
I mean, they could all be kitties.
They could.
What about Ken Kitty?
That was in the title card.
There is a character named Ken in Street Fighter.
There absolutely is.
God, I forgot that's what he looks like.
Yeah,
like,
Vega's weird.
Vega is weird. Why is he a biche?
Because the game comes from Japan and Japan loves species.
I mean, I'm not disappointed by this. I just forgot this detail. When you said not Vegeta. Sorry, Vega. I was thinking from Soul Calibur. Like the one that just kind of bends all over the place.
Oh, Voldo.
It has like no back. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's close. I'm not totally crazy.
Yeah, both are V names, yeah.
I'm yeah, like, okay, I wasn't totally off.
No.
But now that I know who Vega actually is, like, look at this handsome man. Is he the French character?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know enough about Vega. I just know he's got that dumb mask and the claws, which I felt made sense for a kitty.
Everybody loves the claws because it's like a Wolverine. And everyone loves a Wolverine. We've discussed this on chat before in stream, where my favorite, as you well know,
Cyclops. He's my favorite too.
He's the best X-Men.
It's
IMHO.
true.
But most people, their preference is for the Wolverine. I guess they just like those hairy Canadians, you know. But I guess Vegeta, Vega.
He can be Vegeta if you want him to be, but yes, Vega.
I mean, he's a hairless Bishonen man.
he's one of those Sphinx cats, yes.
Oh yes, he'd have to be a Sphinx cat.
Which means I need to adjust this tail.
Well, okay, but he's got that pretty blonde ponytail braid. So okay. No, he wouldn't be completely a Sphinx cat. No, he can still keep his floof, but he's definitely that blondie boy. And oh yeah, the top.
Gotta give you that Guile, kitty.
Yes, Guile. Who's our Polnareff?
Our in-house Polnareff reference.
Yes.
A rip-off.
Okay, I'm gonna pop back to the chat. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yes, very strong woman. She's very strong. How do you feel about the thruple?
Thruple? Oh, I like a thruple. I don't know who would be paired in that. Who's the third in that?
Are we talking about Pokemon still?
Yeah.
Are we talking about X-Men, the thruple? Would it be Scott, Wolverine?
Scott, Wolverine, and Jean. Gotcha. Yeah,
I mean, I think that could work. But Wolverine's gonna be that broody guy who could not share.
Wolverine is a jealous bitch, yeah.
Oh, he's a jealous little bitch. He would be the one, like... Because Scott's, like, perfect.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And he would bring roses and chocolates, and he would know exactly what kind of chocolate Jean Grey wants.
Exactly.
Not because he's a mind reader, because he just blasts shit with his eyes, which is fucking powerful. Can take out how many sentinels with his eye beams.
Cyclops has put in the hours, is what you're saying. Like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Apparently it's canon.
That Cyclops is hooked up with Wolverine too.
That they have a throuple going.
Okay.
I would imagine that Wolverine would be like a jealous bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Cyclops would be like, "Hey Jean, I got you your favorite chocolates." And Wolverine's like, "That's it. I'm going back to Canada," and just disappears and broods.
Yeah.
That's what I would see. Like. Now I'm curious to look this up because of its canon, you know. Mm-hmm. It's law. And they can't retcon that, of course.
I mean, they could never do that.
They've never retconned any bad decision or just any great decision ever.
Nope.
Like they've never been like, "Oh, Power Girl's boob window. It was a terrible idea. We're going to cover that up because it's stupid." "Oh, I have a hole in my heart. That's why there's the hole in my uniform.
I've never figured out the symbol to fight for.
So I've left it open so everyone can see my boobies. Definitely not just for that reason.
I totally use it to distract supervillains while we fight, so they're looking at my gazongas.
I'm a feminist written by men." In the 1980s.
76, actually.
76.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just watched a video about that, and I'm still salty.
Oh, it's so dumb.
I'm still salty.
Dumbest thing. Like, I have seen so many comic book nerds, like, making fun of just Power Girl's awfulness.
Fanny, you've given me a gift.
Oh, I'm curious.
Apparently, Scott and Logan talk it out in a bathtub. Or, excuse me, a hot tub. You've given me a gift.
Oh, this needs... Oh.
Fanny, I'm looking this shit up later.
Oh, gosh.
Oh. You know what? I'm totally cool with this throuple now. I'm totally cool with this. If Logan's not going to be a moody bitch with the little frame and like, oh, and he's like in for it, you know? I think yeah.
I mean, no judgment against what happens between 3 consenting adults.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, if he's not going to be a moody bitch about it and like make drama unnecessary because he can't share and he's like super down for like hanging out with Scott and having fun in a hot tub, hell yeah. Hell yeah. We got Rachel saying Gambit all the way. Hell yeah. Gambit don't give a fuck. Gambit's awesome.
Gambit is rad.
I really love him. I'm super excited for 90s X-Men reboot.
Yeah. X-Men 97 I'm thrilled for. Plus, like, have you seen images of Daddy Magneto?
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. People are kind of calling him that because it's like...
Another DILF?
Yes. Oh, 1,000%. Like, he's got, like, bicep high gloves, and he's rocking, like, a tank top. Yeah. And his hair... his hair looks majestic. He stopped wearing the helmet.
Oh.
There's the speculation that I've heard is that this is a storyline that takes place like after Xavier has died and Magneto starts running the X-Men team.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I do love all of the different variations and we just found a few new YouTubers on like just scrolling through stuff. So we've been watching and like revisiting like Marvel and DC lore and history. It started with this one video about talking about who was it?
Todd McFarlane, I think.
No.
Was it Miracle Man?
No. It was Sonic.
Right. Because just Ken Penders being a psychopath.
Yeah, Ken Penders. And how he just ruined the Sonic comics, the Sonic lore. Yeah, all for these like terrible lawsuits that he didn't have the money. It was really okay. I love that you put a kitty tattoo on Kitty Guile. I love this. I love this so much already an improvements.
Our Street Fighter kitties are pretty fantastic.
Yes.
That's right, he wears a tank top too.
I need to do a thing real quick before I forget.
Okay. Good tank
oh
top.
gosh. I can multitask. If you can draw while doing things, I can do this too.
I mean, that's the premise of our show.
I just oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh Lord. Oh no. Oh jeez. Okay. Oh my god. I'll just do... Okay. I was just trying to keep track of, like, the ones that we've done, so I can, like... This is the ones we've done, but for some reason I can't doodle on this right now. Technology!
I failed you yet again.
We got Fanny in the comments giving gifts. I need to look this up. Like, I want to replace that Wolverine meme of him looking sad in the picture of
the three of them
and Scott in the hot tub. I want to give this gift to the world.
Oh, that would be magical.
Well, I wouldn't be the one. I'd just be the one popularizing it. Hopefully,
you'd be editing it. Yes.
Yeah.
Understandable. Yeah.
So we got Fanny saying, "Who are your favorite Street Fight characters? Mine is Jury and Morrigan." Morrigan is in so they said Darkstalkers.
Yeah. Did they bring Morrigan in Street Fighter? I know Morrigan's in a lot of like the Capcom games, like Capcom versus Marvel and stuff like that. Yeah.
I freaking love Capcom versus Tom. I just shared a memory of it. Not Tatsunoko, but where it's like the Bird Fighters. Yeah. G-Force or Gashapon or whatever it was. Yeah, but it's like the guy who did that. It was Capcom versus... Oh, shit, I'm forgetting the name of that game. It was really good.
Yeah.
I really loved it. And, like, got to actually see the G-Force characters, like, and their actual... I think it's Tatsunoko? I could be wrong. I apologize if I get his name wrong. But that was a really fun game. Street Fighter, I mean, Chun-Li is so cool, and her buns. But I guess I'd have to say Guile. I love that flat top.
I mean,
I love those combat boots.
He is based on our good boy
Polnareff from JoJo's. Yeah, I'd have to say Guile. Guile would be my favorite. Who's your favorite?
Ken.
You know what? I take it back. Ken's my favorite too. Hadouken! Or did he do the Hadouken?
He and Ryu both basically have the same abilities. Like they are both students of the same master, I guess. But yeah.
Oh, I guess the Morgan was in the arcade games. That's cool.
Okay,
Thank you, Fanny. Okay, I'm ready.
So what's our next game? Yeah, I'm feeling like this is good. I don't think this needs color.
This is really fun. Next one is Cooking Mama.
Cooking Mama.
Do you know anything about Cooking Mama?
No, I don't. I'm just gonna draw a kitty that's baking.
Oh my god. So, like...
Which is basically it, yeah.
Well, I look up some reference pictures, because there's some cute stuff for Cooking Mama. That is a mama. Those who've never heard of Cooking Mama, those who are elder millennials like me, Cooking Mama was how we learned how to cook, because our boomer parents never taught us.
Parents neglected us.
I legit learned how to chop an onion from Cooking Mama.
That's adorable, actually.
Cooking Mama is a really fun game. I also really love, there's this one Instagram account. I'm sure she's on TikTok and everything else too, but it's Honeybell. Yeah. And she is a baking cat out of Australia. And she's this cute little ginger kitty that wears a baking hat and a big bow. And she's so cute. And she just got a plushie from one of those websites that like does like it as a crowdfunding. So like you have to do like this whole like campaign, and you have to sell so many of them in order for them to make the plushie. You have like 21 days, and she got her 100% funding in just a couple of days. And I'm getting my sweet honeybee, my Honeybell plushie, and I'm very excited about it. So I think so yeah, Street Fighter definitely improvement, because all cats are like built to fight, but cats are also great cookers, like great bakers. There's a few other different like cat cooking like accounts that I follow. One is like Kitty God out of I think it's Hong Kong.
Oh my god. And
they do lots of like, they'll do things with durian and they'll make lots of fruit drinks out of different, like, they'll get, like, cocoa beans. And they'll do the whole process of making their own chocolates. And it's really cute. It's this white kitty, and he wears a tie from JoJo's as well. Oh,
yeah, because Akira, yeah.
Yeah, he has the Akira tie, and it's really funny. Adorable. But, like, they'll have his little paw, like they're mixing. And Honeybell, she'll do mixy mix. And she does everything to jazz music. She's a classy girl.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, this is so cute! That is a mama! That's a line from the game.
I had a feeling.
If you do really, really well, she'll praise you, and she'll say stuff like, that is a mama! If you do really terribly, she gets flames in her eyes. She's like, it's fine, I'll do it. Oh,
no. Oh, it's not, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Oh, that's worse. That's so much worse.
We got Fanny in the comments saying, this is also how I learned how to cook. A lot of people. I learned how to chop an onion because the way the game works is, so it was for the DS. And so you had that stylus, and so it showed an onion, so you'd cut it in half, and then you would, or first you'd peel it, and then you chop to the top, chop off the bottom, and then chop it off the sides, but not all the way through, so that you could dice it, and then you chop the rest of it. And I was like, oh my god, no one showed me how to do this. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Cooking Mama. Key, my bestie, Key, and I had very fond memories of cooking things. And so, like, you'd get all the ingredients, you chop it all up, and then you'd have to stir it, and you have to get the right temperature. She'd show you how to do everything. and like legit like did so much more for helping me to learn how to cook than my boomer parents ever did. I really loved Cooking Mama, and it was on the Wii, which was hard to play because of the stylus.
Yeah.
It was much easier to play on the DS. It was on a lot of different things. Apparently, looking to your oh my god, it's on the Switch.
Of course, it's on the Switch. Am I gonna have to get that game for us now?
I might have to get it. I might just get a Switch Lite so I can get Cooking Mama. I love this game. Oh my god, she's wearing the little headbands. Mm-hmm. Great job. If Cooking Mama was a kitty, it just make it like, again, just turn that knob to 11. Like, Cooking Mama is a little kitty. Or maybe if the kitty was a
helper. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
like in the kitchen with Mama helping. Oh, my
fun.
heart. Oh. Okay, I'm going to pay attention to the chat, I promise. We got Rachel saying, see, as a Gen Xer, we had cooking class in school. We learned the basics, and then we learned international cooking as well. It was the school district that stopped cooking, wood shop, and metalworking, and photography out of schools.
Yeah, I took a cooking class as well in high school. That was where I learned. I never played Cooking Mama.
I did not learn cooking in school, although I had one class that was not, it wasn't home ec or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It basically was trying to teach us, basic life skills. Mm-hmm. And it really failed. Like, it was an older woman who was teaching the class, and she was trying to show us, like, basic things. The major thing that I really remember from her class was she did this kind of fake scenario where we were all given different jobs, mm-hmm. and we'd get given given weekly or bi-weekly, depending on the job that we had, paychecks, and then we had to pay our rent, and we had to do this, and most of the kids just fucked around in the class.
Yeah, because it didn't matter, I'm sure.
Well, I was the person in charge of the bank, and so because I was the only kid in my class, and I was like, I was a senior, and I was the only kid in class who had a checking account.
Oh.
And my mom at least showed me how to do, like, balance a checkbook. And at least she did that for me. So I was the only kid who actually had a checking account at that time. And because at that time I had finally gotten a job. I got a job when I was 16 working in a comic book shop. And I needed to be able to deposit my checks.
Yeah.
She had the savings account for me at Washington Mutual, but then when I told her I had to go to the bank to cash my check, she's like, oh, no, okay, let's get you set up. Okay, I'm sorry. I should have done this sooner for you. So at least my mom did do that for me. Yeah. And so as the banker and the only kid with a checking account, mm-hmm. I was end up having to balance everybody's checkbooks. Oh, I was stuck having to say, actually, you owe the bank this much money. I had to be that person to say, you get kicked out of your apartment because you can't afford it.
You were the tax man.
I was. But most of the kids didn't learn anything, and the only reason why I knew anything, most of their kids were like, how do you know this stuff? I'm like, because
you do it.
I have a checkbook.
Yeah.
It was, mm-hmm. and it was just right at the time when debit cards were getting really, really popular. Mm-hmm. And so I was still balancing my checkbook because most places weren't taking checks anymore. Some places did. But I know I had to wait a few months before they would even give me a checking account, or excuse me, a debit card. But everything else was on debit card. So, I'm sorry, I'm going to pay attention to the chat. We got Fanny saying, is Beatrice a cooking kitty?
Sure is.
Or is this the Beatrice cooking kitty?
It can be.
Oh my gosh. She's got the brown tabby torty colors, and she does have green eyes. Mm-hmm. Bea loves getting on the counter with me, and she does love to cook. For my one of my pictures on Facebook for a while was Bea had her nose in a little cookbook while I was cooking a bunch of stuff in my kitchen. It was very cute. But she loves to cook. She helps me, especially when I'm making bread. But she loves to get in the kitchen counter. She loves to smell. She's eaten flour many times and has been covered in flour even more times. That little girl. She loves to do a good help. She's a very good baking kitty. But no, they didn't teach us how to cook.
Yeah.
My mom, because she's weird vegan, she had a weird thing about touching raw meats. And my sister and I both had issues with touching raw meat for a while. It took me a long time to get used to actually touching raw meat. It used to gross me out for a long time. But I'm that tourist, and so I love to cook now.
Heck yeah.
I'm ready with the next number
All
whenever
right.
you are,
You know
because
what?
this is so cute.
I'm feeling good about this.
Kenji?
I like our cooking Meow Meow.
Kenji,
Yeah?
this is better than Mama. This is better than Mama.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, A+.
Such a compliment. What's our next one?
Our next one is Stanley Parable.
Oh, the Stanley Parable.
For those who don't know, Stanley Parable, it's an older game that just had a recent update and re-release on 2 other platforms. It was strictly like PC gaming for a really long time, like 10 plus years ago is when Stanley Parable came out. And it was one of those first games that really broke the fourth wall and really it challenged, it really made you feel like much more a part of the game. And it had the narrator as part of like one of the characters. And it's just a game that just really just fucks with the player. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting the bucket in. Oh my gosh. So in the Stanley Parable Plus Extra,
Like Ultra Deluxe.
Deluxe, they just added on to that and made fun of everything. Toxic gamers who had given the game just bad reviews.
Yeah.
But Stanley Parable was very self-aware, and it was very revolutionary at the time when it first came out. Like, there were no other games like the Stanley Parable. Like, nowadays you have a lot more games that are much more like self-aware. Like, there's a line where it's like, now Stanley chose to walk the door to the right, toward to the left.
Yeah.
And when Stanley did this, he did that. And so the narrator is like telling you what to do as the player, but you can do whatever the fuck you want. And the narrator's like, well, Stanley, deciding that he knew better than the narrator, decided to go off to the left to just do the employee lounge.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is, employee lounge. And then he moved back towards a regular tract. Yeah. And it's just, it piles on and on and on. Yeah. It has themes of like self-awareness, like breaking the mold, but it does in a really funny way. There's like a part of the original game where there's this dumb game where if you play it for like, what, 5 hours? 8 hours?
Yeah. 4 hours.
4 hours nonstop. It will give you this special ending. Yeah. And of course we didn't want to do that, but we watched somebody else do it on YouTube because we live in an era of YouTube and Let's Players. And it's really, like, it's just so funny. You can, like, jump out of bounds. There, you can do different things. And so with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, Ultra Deluxe. Ultra Deluxe.
It's okay.
Words are hard.
Words are
they added even more to that, where you have, like, a bucket. And
like the companion bucket or something.
The companion bucket.
Like emotional support. Yeah.
It's so funny. You can also collect, like, the Stanley collectibles. But you know what? Yeah. If Stanley was a cat, I think make a 10 game an 11.
Absolutely.
Because the cats are all about, they do whatever the fuck they want. They'll knock over whatever the fuck they want, which is all about the game. It's not about doing what the narrator tells you, even though the narrator will berate you the whole entire time, call you an idiot, call you, like, all sorts of things. It's really, really funny. If you've never played the Stanley Parable, again, the re-release, the updated version is on pretty much everything now. It's on PlayStation, of course, Steam, Xbox, Switch, everything you can imagine. But that was the one downside when it originally came out. It was only PC because there were certain things that you could only do with like PC gaming at the time. And I think it's just because it's an indie game and other issues like that.
Indie games had a lot easier time just kind of releasing to PC because you didn't have to have hardware to get onto a console.
Yeah. Going back to the chat, we've got Rachel saying lots of important stuff was removed from schools for standardized testing. Yep. I did take shop in junior high.
Same.
And that was fun. There's a lot I could say about that. But I did enjoy shop because my dad is a mechanic. I was out in his shop all the time, bleeding brakes and things. There's the baby bee. Meow meow.
Kitty decided to show up.
Hey, can I pick you up? Come on. Come on. I know, I'm picking you up weird. Okay. Meow meow meow. Okay, are you gonna meow for the camera? Are you gonna meow for everybody? Meow?
I don't.
Meow meow meow?
I feel like she won't. Because
did you just use your box?
being put.
You kind of smell like your box. Was that what you were doing as you were going to the bathroom?
You're putting her on camera. There's so much pressure now.
Meow meow meow?
Too much pressure to perform.
Oh my gosh, you're not gonna meow for us? You were singing all day long.
Oh, she's been so talkative today.
Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Oh my gosh, this little girl, she flipping her tail like she grabbed me. Oh my gosh. Mom, no.
How dare you?
No.
How
I'm trying to take
dare
off my
you.
glasses. How could you? No. Oh, I got one little meow. One more meow? One meow more meow? Meow. The suffering. Oh, it's so terrible. Are you gonna meow?
Well,
meow,
not
meow?
now. Not because you're putting her on the spot.
Meow meow meow. Oh my gosh. All day long, she sings to us. All day long, she talks to us. But not now.
I
Meow,
mean,
meow, meow?
you've pretty much just summarized the entire, existence of a cat.
That's why I think it would be great for the Stanley Parable. Ooh, did you see what I did there? Oh, she did use her box. Oh, I'm sorry, little girl. I'll just wash my clothes later. Actually, excuse me one moment.
Oh, jeez.
You got the
I got this because the nice thing, the narrator absolutely gives you crap if you don't listen to him, and of course a cat won't listen to a narrator tell them what to do. So it only seems natural for the cat to just be ambivalent and hang out in the bucket that gets provided.
Meow meow.
I think, oh man, the game would be so much fun with a cat.
I think it would be perfect for Stanley Parable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You ready? Let's go on to the next game.
Meow meow. Did you all hear her meow? It was like the tiniest. Tiniest. Okay.
Very itty-bitty.
For speaking of more indie games,
Okay.
are you ready?
I'm ready.
For Cuphead.
Cuphead. Oh, jeez. Gonna have to draw a Cuphead like an old-timey 30s style animation.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Cuphead is a really cool indie game that mimics early animation from the 1930s.
Like Betty Boop, like Steamboat Willie, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's all color, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, the animation is just top notch. They put so much effort into it.
The music, the vocalizations, it sounds very old timey. Like, hey, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
That's not exactly, but
That was a great impression, though.
thank you. I've never played Cuphead.
Neither have I. It's too hard.
That's what I hear. I've heard exactly that. And I've heard that it's absolutely gorgeous. I've watched some people play through it, and it's a really, really cool game. Are you going to make this kitty a Cuphead, or are you going to make this kitty a 1930s style?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Okay. I mean, Cuphead's fun. I thought Kitty Head, or just Kitty,
Yes. Yes, I do.
Kitty Meow Meow.
Kitty Meow Meow.
Yeah.
I feel like Kitty Meow Meow is what it will absolutely be regardless of what style I go for.
Well, the 1930s fun. It's a really cool style.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like these two brothers because you can play it in 2-player mode.
Yeah.
It's
Cuphead
designed.
Man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's designed to be in 2-player mode, and yeah, it's really really hard.
Yeah.
But you've got like your old like devil character and like the villains. It's just it's like a Betty Boop style.
Yeah.
Steamboat Willie are really great descriptors of.
I mean, I could go Felix the Cat, but then I feel like if I make it 230s-ish, then I'll look like that, you know. And I don't know who currently owns the rights for Felix the Cat, but I don't want to find out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's in free domain or not.
Yeah, I don't think so, because I know like up until the 1980s, at least they were like it was still having content made for it.
Yes, we got Ashley saying Cup Kitty.
Yes.
Cup Kitty. Meow meow. And that's when the kitty will knock that cup over.
Exactly.
Because cats gonna do what cats are gonna do.
They absolutely will.
This would be that cute collectible version where it is a kitty mug.
Yes.
That you put your pumpkin spice latte into because it's a black cat, kind of like Felix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it. This is adorable. I like the little pants that you put on this little kitty. The little shorts. That style is just so unique.
It is.
I wish I knew more about like who popularized that style because it seems like it's probably the brainchild of like 1 or 2 artists.
Yeah.
Who were like the first like pioneers of animation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love what you've done. This is so cute. The fact that Cuphead could be a video game that was like it came out like a few years ago.
Yeah, maybe like 2 or 3 years before the pandemic hit.
Yeah, that sounds right. And I know people were raving about it, that it was just really fun, but the animation style. I heard too that Netflix made a miniseries of it.
They did. They absolutely made an animated miniseries already.
And I don't know anything about it other than it's that's a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know it because part of the charm of a video game is that you're able to move the characters around, like, and I don't know. It just seems like it's a very different medium for like a video game versus like actual like cartoon, because 1930s cartoons already existed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to like try to recreate that, I don't know.
Yeah.
It does remind me too of Under the
Under the Garden Wall, yeah.
or Over the Garden Wall.
Or over, yes,
yeah. Under, over, whatever. It's going into the Fae.
They're all directions.
You're going into the land of fairies, up or over, however you get there, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But Over the Garden Wall, oh my god, but they have like a little scene where it's 1930s.
Mm-hmm. Oh
where it's like
the
old
dream, the nightmare, yeah.
The old
like the old east wind or something like that.
Yeah. That was fun. That was really cool. Like if you've never seen Over the Garden Wall, oh my god, I cannot recommend it. As someone who loves fairies, who is part fairy, who like just loves that style, loves everything. It's really really good. The music's good, the animation is good. Just that like creepy, like, is this actually happening or not? Are those actually corpses or is it not? Is the what do they call him? The monster?
Oh, the Beast.
The Beast, yeah. Because the Beast is gonna come and get you.
Yeah.
But they got an opera singer.
They did.
To sing that role, who to be that role. And like you can tell there's certain parts where he's just singing operatic, and it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, if you've never ever watched Over the Garden Wall, it's on Hulu, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I believe
Hulu sounds right.
It's like our fall tradition to watch Over the Garden Wall, because it's like right around that Halloween season. Oh my gosh, you're Kitty! I just saw it. Like, oh, this is so cute! I mean, this would be great DLC. This would be
Absolutely.
a great DLC of
Play as
like.
Cup Kitty? Heck yeah.
Oh my gosh! It is like specifically for like the Halloween, like put your pumpkin spice latte into the Cup Kitty.
Heck yeah.
Oh my gosh! And I mean, Felix the Cats. How do you feel about Felix the Cat?
I didn't really know Felix the Cat well enough to really have too much of an opinion.
I mean, we were born in 1985.
We were. To not horribly age us at the moment. Yeah, you know, I vaguely remember some properties of Felix the Cat. Like, there were some cartoons growing up, but it didn't stick around long enough. Like, mostly I just remember the wall clocks.
Me too. I always wanted one.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could look on Amazon right now and order one for less than $20.
We absolutely could, yeah.
Back when I was younger, like it was much harder to find. But I always wanted a Felix clock with the tail and the eyes. Oh, they were so cool. Has anyone in the chat played Cuphead? Or do you have a favorite 1930s or very early animation series or character that you liked the most? Please let us know in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't like Betty Boop because her. Okay, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
Her face looks like a butt.
It does. It absolutely does.
Her face looks like a butt. And once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it, and all I could see was Betty Boop with her butt face.
Okay, so I used to make t-shirts for a living. And we had a bunch of just, like, random stuff up on the walls, too. Just to, like, if you're not going to buy just a regular t-shirt, like a custom shirt, you can buy some pre-existing property t-shirt, and there was a Betty Boop one up on the wall. And I remember someone came in and tried to read the boop boopy doop, but just had the worst cadence for it. It was like boop bop be doop, like just didn't understand it. Oh man, I kind of loved it. I kind of loved the not knowing who it was anymore.
Well, who would your favorite? Do you have a favorite character, or do you have a favorite one before we go to the next video
favorite
game?
old timey?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, according to the chat, Ashley said that you can find those clocks that she and their mom just saw one the other day.
Oh, I
think I'm gonna have to get one. Put in my kitchen.
I mean, fair. We need a cat clock sounds good to me.
In our kitchen.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer your question before we switch to the next one.
You know, I really enjoyed Steamboat Willie growing up, and a couple years ago, Disney was on the edge of losing the rights to it because it was going to go into public domain.
Yeah.
And then they started using it as the little animation as their opener before their animated movies, solidifying their copyright on it.
They also did another comic completely to even more solidify it. Yeah.
I was kind of bummed because I was looking forward to doing like public domain Steamboat Willie comics and stuff like that and play around with it. But no, Disney's too litigious for that.
I liked Felix the Cat and his little bag of tricks that you could pull things out of. I like Felix. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready for the next one.
Sorry, I had the wrong song in my head. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
To play the Dragonborn?
Skyrim!
A Skyrim!
A Skyrim kitty. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun.
I kept thinking what is it?
You're probably going for Game of Thrones.
Oh my god, thank you! In this instance, I am so grateful we share the same brain because that's exactly what was going on in my head. It was the Game of Thrones. I'm like, that's not the right song. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Meow 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 meow
that would be the theme song
meow 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 meow. I know what y'all are thinking.
Steph has
Stephanie,
lost her brain, yes.
there are already cats in Skyrim.
There are, but what if the cat was the protagonist?
What if it wasn't Khajiit?
What if it wasn't?
What if it was actually just a regular old house cat?
Regular ass house cat.
And like the Khajiit would be like, "Oh my god, it's our ancestor.
Yeah,
You're so powerful. Of course you are the Dragonborn."
Dragonborn we can really rally behind.
Yeah, they're like, we won't even charge you for Khajiit has sales. No, you just have. Sorry, going back to the chat. We got Fanny saying, I remember watching Popeyes and rage quit Cuphead. I have heard so many people who have rage quit Cuphead because, like, there's one boss in particular, like, it's a flying stage, I think.
Is that the one with the moon?
Maybe it's the moon. I don't remember, but it's like a flying stage, and most people are like, done, I can't. That's too hard. And that's how you felt about,
Oh, that's how I felt about Baldo, yeah.
Not Baldo, the bug one.
Bug one.
Where you have, like, the needle, and you are the king.
Oh, no, Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight, yeah.
I didn't quite rage quit. I was very frustrated against, oh gosh, I can't remember her name. One from Silk Song. Whatever. But yeah, she was a very difficult boss, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put this down and come back to it.
Yeah, it wasn't quite a rage quit.
I never did.
That game is beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. I love the art style of Hollow Knight. Like,
and
it
the
is
lore?
so good. Oh, yeah. It's so cool.
It's so cool.
I am just not a good enough gamer.
I mean, ditto.
Yeah.
We like to talk about a lot of video games, but I'll definitely put on baby mode because I'm all about the story and the lore that I am about being a hardcore gamer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got Ashley, cough cough, Markiplier, cough cough. Did Markiplier play a lot of Scrim? I don't watch Markiplier very much.
Yeah.
Or
He's not one that
Cuphead.
gets too much. Like, he doesn't show up on our feed much.
Yeah. I know that the Game Grumps talk a lot about him.
Yeah, they're buddies with him. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Markiplier the one with the Irish accent?
No, that's Jacksepticeye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know my YouTubers. Oh, I love this kitty so much. Meow meow, mama meow, mama meow, mama meow, mama meow. I loved always. Okay, so did you play much Skyrim?
I played a little bit. I've not played enough. We've got it. I need to play it more. Like, I'd love to play more.
No, apparently Markiplier got really upset with Cuphead.
Oh, gotcha.
He is a Korean German American with a deep voice.
He is
Korean German, interesting.
He's got an incredible voice. Like, honestly, like, put him on the radio. I would listen to anything he said. Like, have him read audiobooks. Like, heck yeah. He's got a nice voice.
So which side would you pick, Ken?
On
Skyrim.
On Skyrim, would I pick the elves or the humans?
Yeah. There is no safe answer with me. Because
no, there's not.
There's
and that's
no safe
why I'm
answer.
worried.
Because on one side it's the Nords, which are basically your Nordic Vikings, and the other half is elves, which I'm an elf too.
Yeah.
So there's no safe answer.
There's no safe answer. So. I think I would just go join up with the dragons. That's what I would do.
No, what side would you pick when you played?
I never got far enough to pick a side.
What?
Yeah.
I did both. My very first playthrough, I'm like, I'm gonna play the most Nord that you ever did Nord.
Did you name your character Nord McNordson?
I named her Freya.
Oh, of course you did.
Hell yeah, I did. And I did double wielding axes.
Because dual wielding is dope.
It was super dope.
So cool.
I was like super sneaky. I had a lot of archery, and I did dual wielding axes. And of course, I picked like. Why am I forgetting his name?
Oh, Ulfgar?
Yeah, Ulfgar, he is the High King. It's to his name we sing and we praise.
That silly song, yeah.
All hail to Ulfric, you are the High King.
That was his
It's
name.
to your great honor that we hail and we sing. You're the children of Skyrim.
Gosh.
And we'll live to our lives. And when Southern Guard beckons, each one of us will die. There we go.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I would always go play that song every inn I went to.
Would.
I'm like, what? Were you gonna fight me? I'm gonna fight you right back, and I'll murder you because I'm the fucking Dragonborn, and I'm gonna oof you right to your face across this fucking bar. Yeah, I played that character. There's no safe answer with me. You'd think I would pick the elves.
Not. Yeah.
You would think I would pick the elves.
I mean,
order and structure.
You know, there is another choice. There's another option. Mm-hmm. The bears.
That was another thing I was going to talk about, and I believe he still has that.
I believe she does. I drew a Dragonborn bear on like her note like dry erase calendar, and it was still there.
Because in the early 2000s, there was like this flash animation on Newgrounds
so good.
of a bear.
Newgrounds, yeah.
What if the Dragonborn was a bear, just a straight up bear?
And we all loved it.
How would you find it on YouTube now? Just Skyrim bear.
Skyrim bear, yeah. That's
so
my
good.
recommendation. Yeah.
It's so good.
It's just this bear goes on a journey as the Dragonborn.
Yeah. Okay, so we got. I'm sorry. I promise I'm paying attention to the chat. We got Ashley sharing us some more details about Markiplier. That's cool. That his dad was German, his mom's Korean, he was born in Hawaii. We got Fanny saying Nords are serious about breeds. Beards. Wow, that was also a part about Nords too.
That is a part in Skyrim as well.
It's not wrong. I just misread that. Wow, that's a Freudian slip. About their beards. Hell yeah, about those beards. So many beards. McKee thinks they wish they had glorious manes like Khajiits. Oh, that is a line. Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh. So there was a Skyrim reference in Stray.
There were a couple.
It's like, I used to be an explorer like you once until I took a screwdriver to the knee. Fucking lost my shit. I
was laughing hysterically at that
so good. Yes, there's quote, Nords are serious about their beards. So many beards. McKee thinks they wish they had glorious manes like Khajiits. McKee the liar.
You know, I'm feeling this Dragonborn kitty.
All hail to
So
Kitty,
good.
you are the high mew. It's to your great honor that we purr and we snooze. We give you saucers of milk and lots of good scritches.
Okay. I'm liking this.
This is really awesome.
Really like it.
Meow! Come meow!
Yeah.
Purr! Meow! Oh, I'd love it if the kitty was a Dragonborn.
Let's get that mod going.
Oh my god. I'm sure it exists.
If there's a mod that changes the dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine, there's a mod that can turn you into a house cat.
Yes! Okay. I got...
Oh gosh. There is a fantastic series on Polygon. On their YouTube channel, where Griffin McElroy and one of his friends, they're playing a bunch of these modded Skyrim episodes, and it's outstanding. It's the best. I think that's where Monster Factory came from.
Yes.
Was kind of that series, because they found a mod that lets you have a much more robust character creator, and it was such a good series.
I love the ones where you could make the dragon into Thomas the Tank Engine, and it plays the
favorite.
music. Oh, it's so good.
Instead of the dragon roar, you just hear it choo choo.
Do, 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 do. You ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, sorry, I need to look at the list. Danganronpa.
Oh no. Oh, why Danganronpa? Oh.
So, I've actually never played Danganronpa.
We've just watched the Game Grumps playthroughs.
And I don't think I would have ever wanted to play the games.
Yeah.
It's just, for those who don't know, Danganronpa is a...
It's a crappy visual novel.
It's a visual novel. school Japanese style video game. And to call it a video game is a definite, like, it's giving it more credit than it deserves.
It is definitely a politeness to call it a video game. Yeah.
It is just poorly written, bad.
It came out, the original game came out, like, a couple years after Death Note, and it just seemed like that was the inspiration. Like, they just wanted to do, like, an edgy game like Death Note.
Yes, Ashley, we are doing a Danganronpa cat.
Yes.
So
yes,
are we doing, like...
it's going to be a Monokuma kitty.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that's kind of amazing. That's kind of really amazing. So, for those who don't know, Danganronpa is like this, it's, oh god, what is the other,
It's kind of like Phoenix Wright.
No.
Well, there's a trial and you have to investigate murders.
What's the other really big popular one that I'm forgetting the name of, but I have the book and I had a bunch of the manga.
I don't know.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to find it. It's on my bookshelf right now.
All right,
find
then.
it.
That's the nice thing about doing a show from home is that we can look up our things. Oh, no.
Oh, Battle Royale.
Oh, yeah, except there's not nearly, like, as much fighting or anything like that. It's just...
Kind of?
I don't know. There's really no gameplay to speak of in Danganronpa, I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, I can see Ace Attorney 2. No, it was very much like Battle Royale, where it's like a killing high school game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Battle Royale was really popular in Japan at the time too, and I'm almost certain that Danganronpa just tried to make their own Battle Royale. Battle Royale was a really popular book that first started, and then it turned into a not graphic novel, manga. I mean, we can call it a graphic novel here in the United States, but it's a manga. And the manga, holy shit, it was graphic, it was violent. So, rewind back to, like, late 90s, early 2000s, baby Stephanie was buying Sailor Moon mangas at Kinokuniya, which is a Japanese bookstore in Seattle, and I would buy my Sailor Moon manga there because the translated ones at the time were like $20-$30 versus the Japanese ones, which were like $10, sometimes $5. Actually, they were $6. I remember it now very clearly. It was only $6 for a imported Japanese manga. And I was like, yeah, I'm broke, so of course I'm going to go for the cheaper one. And I was learning Japanese at the time, so of course it made sense. And then I could be that person like, actually,
I read the raw versions of the manga, thank you.
And so, naturally, I would look to other manga that was available, so I picked up some of the Battle Royale and just looked a little bit edgier, a little bit darker, and holy shit, it is graphic, it is awful. Trigger warning, I'm going to say a couple of things that might be a little triggering to some people. Sexual assault, specifically with children, and it showed it.
That's not
cool. Or not exactly showed it, but it was really like they showed the
Skirted
character
the line,
as a doll.
Oh.
And implied, it was awful. It was absolutely awful. It was so, and the pictures in it, like they would show a bullet going through somebody's skull in the moment it was going through it, so you would see like bone, like from the and brain goo coming out.
My brain goo needs to stay on the inside, thank you very much.
I think I gave all of the manga away because it was really triggering. It was really graphic, especially with the a sexual assault. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. As an early teen, I should not have had my hands on that. It was awful. And so Danganronpa just wanting to jump on that bandwagon because it was really, really popular. After the manga became like really, really popularized too, based off of the novel, they made a live action movie. They made a second live action movie. There's a lot of debate whether or not Squid Game is also inspired by this too. But it's a really popular genre of like these killing games, but specifically Battle Royale popularized it for high schoolers. Yeah. And so Danganronpa is a visual novel of high schoolers going through a high school killing game where there's these things that are put up and they have to fight each other. And there's this dumb character called Monokuma.
Yeah.
Which Kuma just means bear.
Yeah, it's just Japanese for bear.
Yeah, it just means bear. And it's overly sensationalized. The characters are so over the top, and it's almost charming in its over the topness. It's really funny. Like you have your Yankee gang member who is with the motorcycle and the pompadour.
Oh heck yeah!
The baseball player, because baseball's really popular in Japan. For those who don't have like a lot of the context of like Japanese culture, some of the things may kind of go over your head. Yeah. You have Sakura, who was totally screwed over. Sakura deserved better.
She did. I agree.
But again, I never played the games, but I did watch the Game Grumps playthrough of it. And they played through the second one. I'm sure they're probably going to go through all the rest of them.
Absolutely.
But it's just very convoluted. The story goes on and on and on. What do you mean by this? Well, when I said this, it means this, this, and this. But what? All 5 of their characters have to respond and say the same exact thing. What? She was eaten?
There's this great prosy D bit where he's making fun of Danganronpa. That like, oh yeah, no, they were absolutely stabbed with a knife. But can you spell knife?
There is a part of like what they call it a game where you have the trial part, which is more like Ace Attorney, which is where Fanny is bringing it up as a good comparison. But it's like you have to spell a word, and at that point, it's so fucking obvious, and you're just like, why? Just why? Why? I have another one ready whenever you are.
You know, I'm feeling good about this Monokuma kitty.
I actually like this far more than Monokuma, just because you don't see the gross outie belly button that could also be a dick.
Oh, I hate his outie belly button.
Outie belly button is so gross. I think this would have made more sense also being like scared of Monokuma. Mononeko.
Yes.
Yeah, Mononeko.
It's basically this. He's just
this would have been so much better.
He's got a stupid like slasher grin off one side on his evil side. Was it just his face, or was it his entire half down his body?
Half down his body.
Okay.
It's because of Junko and
he had that awful like outie belly button like so, and he was just the worst.
Well, it's because Junko is the worst, but that's a different conversation for another day. We're going to work on another...
There's my shitty Monokuma for you.
I think you did a great job. But yeah, the outie belly button, nasty. Nasty.
What's our next game?
We're going to fix the game. Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption, all right. I was looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I love Red Dead Redemption. I watched somebody play the first one, and the second one. Yeah, I think there's only 2 now. Are there more than just the 2?
I believe there's just the 2.
We got Fanny saying "Cow Kitty."
Heck yeah, that's exactly what I'm drawing.
Red Dead Redemption is like a Western. But
it's like Grand Theft Auto, but Western.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, but what if a Western? You can just like fuck around. You got your horse. You are a cowboy, and you are in the Wild West, and you have like quests you can do. You can choose if you want to be good, if you want to be evil, or just neutral. Like it's just go around and fuck around and have fun.
Heck yeah.
I just remember the one where you're like skinning like an animal. Like, that's nasty. That's nasty. That's what he always said.
Oh,
that's nasty.
Oh gosh.
Did you ever play it?
I have not. I've not had the opportunity.
Yeah, that's nasty. Every single time he's getting an animal. That's nasty.
Maybe give us a couple more voice options there.
That's
Jim?
nasty.
Anything other than that's nasty?
That's nasty.
You know what? I like the inflection on that one. We'll go with that one, Jim.
That's nasty.
Okay. Did Jim have a stroke?
It's from drinking all that.
Yeah, all the vermouth he had to drink before going into the recording booth.
That voice.
Just to get into the character.
Oh, straight vermouth. So tangy. I really enjoyed Red Dead Redemption. It's just like, again, Grand Theft Auto, but what if you're a cowboy? And there are some things like, they were pretty self-aware as far as like racism goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've seen the game, so I really shouldn't comment that I won one way or the other. I just remember that's my experience, but the games came out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, they pretty much were like, yeah, you white boys are fucking racist assholes. But, again, I could be wrong. But, again, you're just a cowboy. You're out in the Wild West, and, that's nasty.
All he needs is a shot glass of milk, and he's happy.
He's about ready to bop it off the counter.
Sure.
Do you remember that line from Catwoman?
I never watched that horrible movie.
With what's her face?
With Halle Berry?
Halle Berry?
No, oh god, no. I had no desire to watch that movie. I knew it would be terrible.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it because the people I hung out with at the time, didn't have any sort of discernment, and they were like, it's a comic book, so it's great. So Halle Berry, in her full like Catgirl costume, comes like strutting up to the bar, and she's like, I'll have a White Russian minus the vodka and the ice.
Oh god, that's right. Okay.
And he's like,
I've heard of
okay.
that. I heard of that bit, and it just always sounded dumb.
Because a white... Oh, without the... it's Kahlua, without the vodka, and without the ice. There we go.
Yeah, minus the Kahlua, minus the ice, and yeah.
And the vodka,
So just a glass of half and half.
It's just a half... It's just a glass of cream.
She ordered a glass of cream, yeah.
She ordered a glass of cream, she downs it, and it's like... I'm a kitty, meow.
I'm sure that's exactly what she said to you.
Yeah.
I'm a kitty, meow.
I'm a kitty, meow.
I'm a kitty, meow.
Nice.
Thank
nice. You. Yeah. The more appropriate response would be for her to bap it off the counter.
Absolutely.
Like, if she was truly a Catwoman, she would have bapped it off the counter.
I agree wholeheartedly. That would have made for an entertaining movie.
Yeah.
I would have gone to see that movie.
I don't think Halle Berry's version was terrible. It was poorly written. It's kind of one of those things where Halle Berry isn't the best. I don't know. I think she's okay. Like, she's an okay actress. Like, there are certain actors and actresses that kind of get typecast.
Oh, yeah.
And I would see, like, Halle Berry would be no different than... Oh, what's her name? She was in the Eternals, and she was also...
Angelina Jolie?
If Angelina Jolie was hired for that role, they would have been exactly the same. And I'm sure Angelina Jolie would have gotten praises. She would have gotten so much, like, recognition. Oh my god, she was great in this role. And they would have played it exactly the same. Because it was the typecast of, we want a sexy woman to play Catwoman.
Yeah.
Who was it in the Tim Burton version?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
It was Michelle Pfeiffer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked her version of Catwoman. I'm not a huge fan of Batguy.
So you're saying the version of Catwoman that you enjoy was the one that was popular when you were a child?
It's like, what's your favorite Zelda game?
Yeah, exactly. Whichever game came out when I was 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, no, actually, I didn't watch that one when I was a young kid. I didn't watch.
Okay.
I think I didn't watch that until it's definitely watched it before the Catwoman with Halle Berry.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch it until I was an adult. I wasn't allowed to watch dark, scary things when I was a kid. I was a shelter child. I wasn't allowed to watch that. That's scary. Penguin was a weirdo.
Yeah, Danny DeVito? Jeez, come on.
There's black goo coming out of his face. That means he's a scary bad man. Scary bad man.
Yes, Scary Batman, the movie.
As much as I'm not a huge fan of Bat Guy, I do like that version of Catwoman. I think, especially her playing kind of that meek, very, like, oh, well, I don't even know, and then her totally getting screwed over, and of course the costume. Oh, the costume was cool.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my biggest complaints about some superhero movies is like, how the fuck would you make that costume? You can't even get that into a fucking sewing machine.
Yeah, right.
Like, you can barely wear fresh underwear, let alone fucking use a sewing machine. Like, jeez. I do like in Captain Marvel, or excuse me, Miss Marvel, where she gets a costume. Like, her mother has it custom made for her.
Yeah.
And that makes a little bit more sense than Peter Parker's like, I had a sweatsuit that I wore one episode, or one part of the movie, and the next I've got this perfectly CG'd, stretchy, perfect made for me fit of Spider Guy.
Like in the one with Andrew Garfield, they did like he bought just like athletic gear, like luge gear, like figure skating attire, and like sewed it up to make it into a Spider-Man costume, was how they explained his suit in that one.
Still, I think it would have fallen apart after a couple uses
think you're right.
That shit's pretty thin.
Yeah.
It's pretty thin. I love this Red Dead Redemption kitty who's about ready to fuck up. And you know what? He wouldn't think that shit was nasty.
I just want to let you point out the kitty wand in their holster.
Yes. Okay. We're coming up to about a half an hour.
Okay.
And we still have a lot that we haven't done.
We do.
Do you want to look at this list and see if there's any that you want to do? Because I've got a couple.
You know, surprise me. Keep me going. If there's any that you definitely want to see, let me know. But just keep surprising me. I like where we're going with this.
I know that you want this, and I want this too.
Okay.
Monkey Island.
Oh, Monkey Island. I love Monkey Island. I'm so excited for the new one coming out.
For those who don't know, Monkey Island is... do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's a LucasArts adventure game from the early 90s. It's just like a point-and-click adventure. You play this wannabe pirate named Guybrush Threepwood, and it's adorable. Like, you're totally bumbling your way through the whole thing. You're not actually, like, some grisly, awful pirate. You're just more doing it because of the romance of the sea kind of idea. And you happen to stop a zombie pirate curse as a result.
No Captain Jack Sparrow.
You know, from what I understand, Lucasfilms was trying to make a Monkey Island movie, but then when Disney bought them out, it got turned into Pirates of the Caribbean. So, the movie that could have been for all of us 90s kids.
Ken's played it for me, and it's absolutely charming. It. As a point-and-click game, it's mostly just filled with jokes. And it every single corner... God, what was it, the video game? The guy at the bar?
Oh, Ask Me About Loom. There's a pirate who had this button. Like, he was pretty much nonverbal the whole rest of the time. Just like any question he asked him is, "Yar," was his answer. Like, "So Loom, huh?" Like, "Yeah, Loom is the latest from Lucasfilm's adventure games. It's great." And like, going into this commercial for the product.
It's just so shameless.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Like, when Ken was playing it, I just lost it. It was so funny. Ask me about Loom.
Yeah.
And he had a big button about it. I'm like, that would be a really funny, like, cosplay to do. Just dress up as a pirate with a big old button that says, "Ask me about Loom." I'm sure someone must have done it over the years.
Absolutely.
But it's really, really funny just because this character, whatever, leave me alone. And then ask me about Loom. That's the greatest, newest adventure from LucasArts Entertainment. It's so funny. It's so funny. Like, I like the female characters in it. They're actually really awesome.
Governor Elaine Marley. She's and the Swordmaster Carla.
Yeah,
fantastic characters. Very fun.
The characters are really funny. The story's really funny.
Yeah.
Sword fighting is like by wits.
It's insult sword fighting. Whoever has the sharpness of your wit is more important than the sharpness of your blade. Is how they go about it.
Like you're fighting and you're like, our mother smelled of elderberries.
Well, yeah. Like, how appropriate you fight like a cow. Like, how appropriate you fight like a dairy farmer.
Yeah. You fight like a cow. Well, how appropriate you fight like a dairy farmer.
Yeah.
It's really very charming and really funny. How many did they make?
I have 4 of them. I've got the first 4 games. There were a couple, like, Telltale games that they did. And then they're doing a new one that's set to come out in like November of this year, I believe. I'm trying to remember.
There's like random things you'll find in the game,
so
like
many,
a rubber chicken on a pulley.
Yeah, a rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. It's a very important tool for the game, quite frankly.
And you're just like, what the hell is this? You're like, no, you need to keep the rubber chicken with the pulley in the middle.
Yeah. It's
and
important.
You do.
Yeah.
It is really important in the game, and it's just joke after joke after joke. It's really, really charming, and it's very, very funny. I absolutely adored watching Ken play it, and I'm looking forward to watching the other ones. But like everyone, like no one takes the main character seriously. They think he's a bumbling fool, and he kind of is.
Oh, absolutely.
And
with a name like Guybrush Threepwood,
What newer video game did he make an appearance in?
Uncharted 4, actually. They made a reference to Monkey Island in that game, which I didn't pick up on it at first when I was playing through it until, like, the end. They had a portrait of him up there. I'm like, I finally realized, they're talking about, like, monkeys and stuff. Of course they're making the Monkey Island reference for this pirate treasure that they're searching for in this game. Like, it was outstanding. I lost it when they brought in the Guybrush Threepwood portrait, and I finally connected the dots.
It's funny because like it's such a like, how do I want to say it? Like Monkey Island's really popular among like pirates and video games and like just an absolute fan favorite for a lot of good reasons that I've already said. How it's just absolutely charming. It's really funny. They do have remastered versions on on Stream.
Steam,
Steam stream.
Yeah,
Steam.
You can get them on consoles too. Like you can get it on Xbox. You can get it on I think it's on Switch. I don't know. But yeah, you can get it on like the big platforms too.
So they've got like nice like CG rendered, but then you can also play the original pixelated version, which I like that you could choose between the two of them.
Yeah.
Because like the original fans love that original pixel art. There's like a part where you get thrown in sea, like tied to like a.
You get tied to the Idol of Many Hands because you're trying to steal this pirate treasure called the Idol of Many Hands, which is just this goofy-looking face idol. And you have to untie yourself and get to land within 10 minutes, because Guybrush Threepwood, his main claim to fame is that he can hold his breath for 10 minutes.
It's so funny. Like, they introduce a lot of really ridiculous things, and they all have payoff.
Oh, absolutely.
And that kind of humor, I love it. Like,
go ahead. Oh, because if you don't surface before 10 minutes is up, Guybrush will die. You will be a bloated corpse floating in the water, and like your command list changes to like decompose, bob up and down, like expel gas or stuff like that. Like you're a corpse. You are playing a corpse at that point. And it's hilarious. It
was one of like those first games where you could have multiple endings.
Yeah.
And it's all very charming, all very, very funny. You talk about bloated corpses, and I'm saying charming. Like, it is very funny. Like I said, the game will introduce just like ridiculous things. I think we put this on the list just so that we could nerd out about Monkey Island.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the game would be improved significantly if Guybrush was a cat. I don't think people would have given him so much shit if he was actually just a cat in a cute little pirate costume.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
They'd be like, of course I'll join you. Of course I'll die at your side, instead of everyone giving him, like, so much shit that he does get in the actual game.
Yeah.
Like, if he was actually a cat, like, the game would be entirely different. Very good, too. Especially because, like, I see this as DLC. Like, what if Guybrush was a cat?
Absolutely.
And then, like, meow, of course I'll join you on your great quests, Sir Captain Pirates. Just, that's the type of tone that game would have absolutely gone whole hog on the fact that Guybrush was turned into a cat. It's like, of course.
Of course.
Like, there's a whole thing about, like, this evil, demonic being, and it's like a pirate.
The ghost pirate LeChuck, yes.
No, the parrots.
Oh, the parrot, yes, the parrot. Meat Hook's parrot, yes.
Meat Hook's parrot, which is, like, behind this, like, giant steel door, and then this, and then this.
This enormous security door, and the parrot that, like, stole both of his hands. Now he has 2 hook hands. Yeah.
2 hook hands. Exactly. It's just ridiculous. It's so good. And he's like, don't worry, I feed him. Like,
I think I fed him this month. Like, yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
It's quite frankly a delight. I like this Guybrush kitty.
This is a really good Guybrush kitty. Okay.
There's
fancy. A few on here, but I did roll up one. I think we should do this one.
Okay.
Because we've talked about it before on stream, and I think it's an important one. Because everyone's favorite handsome man next to Guybrush.
You're not rounding it out for me. Like, I'm not figuring it out yet.
He's a witcher.
Oh my gosh! I get to draw a Geralt kitty.
A Geralt kitty.
That's fantastic.
Which, I mean, that's also just turning that from a 10 to an 11.
I
think that if Geralt was a kitty, also just, I mean, excuse the term, but puss magnets. You know, just all the people. Wouldn't even just be like other cats. It would just be everyone. Everyone would be in love with Geralt if he was just a kitty.
Everyone kind of already is in love with Geralt. I'm just
exactly.
Yeah.
You just move that from a 10 to an 11. Like, he's a 10, but he's a cat. Like, as the jokes are going around the internet.
The memes have been going around lately, yes.
He's a 10, but... yeah. Because everyone's loving Superman as Geralt.
Oh, yeah. Henry Cavill is outstanding.
Oh my god, Henry Cavill is a very handsome man.
He is. Like, as a cishet dude, I can comfortably say he's handsome as hell.
I mean, everyone loves him. The internet loves him. Nerds love him. I saw these articles going around like, oh, Chris. I'm sorry, there's a lot of Chris's.
There's a lot of Chris's in
There's a
in
lot
Hollywood
of Chris's.
Right now.
Like, Henry Cavill's at it again. He's making another PC.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hi, guys.
It's like being a fucking nerd building his own gaming rig. Like, I love it.
I'm just here making another computer. Yeah. For gaming. I know I told you the story, but he was almost late to...
for his audition for Superman, yeah.
Because he was in the middle of a raid on WoW.
He was playing WoW.
Yeah. King of the Nerds. Did you ever see any of his movies as Super Guy?
I did.
What are your thoughts of him?
He played he played a good super guy. He's definitely built for the role for sure. This is obviously like him. He was working the best with what he had, because he was a very sad super guy, and it was a little off-putting because like the whole appeal of Superman is like someone who does good for the sake of doing good, who is a very positive character, and like
faster than the speed of light.
Yeah, and like there's the comic All-Star Superman that a lot of people just see as being the definitive version of the super guy. and where he's just a good person mostly. Like, there are issues that he helps people out with where he doesn't need to use his powers for. Like, he understands when to use them and when not to. And, like, that's a very popular version, is All-Star Superman. And unfortunately, sorry if that looks weird on the screen. It's just unfortunate that we got very dour Superman, because people were so interested in, like, what if Superman were real? Like,
what if he was dark?
Yeah, what if dark Superman? Like, how can you be so good? Like, it'd just be like, Superman lost his smile, and it made me sad, and that was how the movies were kind of written, in my estimation. So, yeah, they were movies, but I'm not surprised that he doesn't want to be Superman anymore.
Just hold that thought, because I want to add to that, but I also want to ask our chats, those who are watching live. First of all, favorite role Henry Cavill's played.
That's a good
and
question.
Second question, favorite Witcher game. If you've ever played any of them. Just to end you real quick and then get back to talk about Witcher. I dislike how DC wants to go all dark with all of their characters, and most people have said the same thing. Like, Superman as a character is just he's a very campy character, and to try to make him dark, like, what if he was real, to make him more grown up for the adults. Ugh. I mean, you're kind of missing the point. His character is fucking ridiculous. It's almost as ridiculous as Shazam, where he says the word Shazam, and then he becomes a grown-ass man with superpowers and shit. But, I don't know any other roles Henry Cavill has played other than Superguy. He was a Sherlock.
He was a Sherlock on that Netflix one. Yeah.
And then he was a Superguy. And then he was a Witcher.
He was in one of the Mission Impossible movies, which is...
Oh, gosh.
That movie, that's a fun story, because that correlates back to Superguy. So he was recording, or he was on that set, and this was with the bad CG lip from the Justice League movie, because he had grown a mustache for that role.
Oh, that's right.
And he was in the middle of filming it when they had to do pickups for Justice League, and he refused to shave it. Yeah, he couldn't shave it because of his contract.
Yeah.
So they just had to CG it over his lip.
I remember that. Yeah.
And it looked ridiculous, and people gave the movie so much crap. It was like, there's nothing he could do.
I'd have to say my favorite role, Henry Cavill's played, is Geralt. I really enjoyed his version of Geralt. I've only played the Wild Hunt game, and I've talked about that in stream before, but I didn't finish playing it just because it was... I have difficulty sitting down and playing video games. I work for myself, and so it's hard to give myself time to sit down and play video games, because I'm always like, but I should be working, I should be doing this. But yeah, if you have played Witcher, I'm curious to know which one your favorite is and why. I know that we've picked up the books, and that's another thing. I want to sit down and read.
Sit down and read.
I want to sit down and read.
Giving yourself time to sit down and read.
So it looks like this Geralt kitty is not that interested in fighting. He looks like he's still about to lay down and play a nap and knock down some... oh god, what's the in-game?
He's gonna wreck up just a table of Gwent cards.
Yeah. God, I do remember when them introduced Gwent. I'm like, no, pass, no, get me out of here, get me out of this tutorial, fast. I hate it.
I love how when I was playing Horizon, they had that Machine Strike game, and both of us were making the jokes like, get your sci-fi Gwent out of here, game.
Get this out of here. Nobody likes the games inside the games.
Yeah, nobody wants to play fucking Gwent or Machine Strike or whatever you want to call it.
You know what? I want to say one thing.
Yes.
There was one Pokemon game that had a kind of strategy like game that was in the game room, like basically like not like a slot machine, but it's a little bit different. And I enjoyed playing that far more than that Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I've been playing it since Blue version first came out.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I'm really liking just this nonplussed kitty Geralt.
Oh my god! If this was actually Geralt, I would just scoop him up and I'd give him many hugs and I would defend him.
This paw is to scratch people, and then this paw is to scratch monsters.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
All right. What's our next one?
I want to do an Assassin's Creed.
Oh, an Assassin's Kitty.
Assassin's Kitty.
Okay, let's do an Assassin's Ezio.
Assassin's Ezio.
Ezio's the one everybody loves.
That's what most people think of when they think of a Creed with an assassin. Mm-hmm. Definitely not the Viking one. Although we did get that one, and I've been meaning to actually finish playing it. But then when they started doing the whole Assassin's Creed thing, I was like, ugh, stop it with the stupid Assassin's Creed. Just let me play Viking.
I played the Syndicate, the steampunk one. Oh, it was so dumb. Like, I was making jokes to myself while I played the game. Like, just doing bad Michael Caine impressions to myself, like, making jokes in the game, because frickin' Alexander Graham Bell is making your gadgets for you. Like, it was silly. It was a very silly game.
Those watching live, what's your favorite Assassin's Creed game? If you've ever played it, let us know in the comments which is your favorite Assassin's Creed. I have a real severe distaste for Assassin's Creed, because if it was just being an assassin and being a cool badass like cats are, because cats are the ultimate assassins.
Absolutely. And
they could actually jump from those heights into a thing of like hay and be totally fine.
Yeah.
And land on all four paws. But there were so many things, like how they had to bring it back to the modern day and age. Where like, this was your ancestor, and that's why we have this, like...
We can read your DNA memory.
It was so unnecessary for the story. It was so unnecessary. If you just wanted a fun game where people were playing assassins, just let people play assassins.
It's funny because Syndicate absolutely did that. Like, a lot of the ones later in the franchise, they just stopped giving a shit about the modern day stuff. I'm
grateful for that. It was the same thing with, it seemed like that with the Viking one.
Yeah.
I didn't get far enough into it to know for certain. But they're like, hey, do you want to play somebody who looks more feminine, or do you want to play someone who looks more masculine? And
like one thing, like, because like the pirate one, Black Flag, which was fantastic. I really adored playing Black Flag. They kept the modern day bits to a minimum. Like, it was part of it, but they didn't like have it like be too much of the game. Like, they was basically just like a little mini missions in between chapters, and it was pretty minimal. Like, you spent most of your time as the pirate, which was delightful, quite frankly.
Do you think that they realized that people hated the modern day stuff, and that's why they were trying to scale back on it?
Maybe. I mean, they killed your character for the modern day stuff in, like, the 4th game.
What?
Yeah, so, like, the 3rd game with Ezio... No, it wasn't that one. It was... Maybe it was... Oh, gosh, which... I'm trying to remember all of them. But yeah, eventually, like, you get to this point where, like... No! That wasn't the pirate one. Oh, no, okay. It was Assassin's Creed 3, where it was the Revolutionary War one. That's when they kill your main character.
Were you playing as a First Nation person?
You were playing as someone from the First Nation whose father was one of the Templars, but Daddy wasn't there to protect you from the other white men who burned down your village, so you got mad and wanted revenge, and the assassins used that to their advantage, and that's how you became an assassin, fighting your horrible father. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it was weird. That's a good term for it. It was weird.
There's a lot of Assassin's Creed movies or games. The movie, oh my god.
The movie was bad.
The movie was so bad. Who's the actor in
Michael
it?
Fassbender.
So bad. It was so bad.
Better.
Like nothing. Okay, the premise of the Assassin's Creed games, before they realized people just want to play Viking and they just want to play pirate, just let them play pirate and let them play Viking. Just let them have fun. When they try to bring in their whole edgelord story into Assassin's Creed, it's none of it was necessary. None of it made any sense. But moreover, it just wasn't necessary. Yeah. Like, again, if you just wanted to have a character who is an assassin and a cool badass, just let them be a cool assassin badass, like this kitty that I absolutely adore. Like, there are like cute kitty videos of them dressed up in Ezio hoods, and it's so cute.
It's magical.
Meow. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like the movie, I remember walking out of that, and that, like, I had friends who were like, Stephanie just hates everything.
I agreed with you that it was bad.
We were
talking about how bad it was.
Like, how could you watch that and say it was good? I shouldn't say that. I'm sure there are some people who really love the story of Assassin's Creed, and they thought it was a very cool movie, and I'm not poo-pooing on anybody's fandoms or anything. The pacing was bad. I think they could have done better for telling the story, just because there were lots of things in the movie where it just was like, wait, what's happening? What's going on? Now they're like on a machine, and now there are people infiltrating the building. What is even going on? And that would be my major complaint.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make fun of anybody or their fandoms or anything like that. You know, life is short. Have fun. Enjoy the things that you want to. If you want to play fucking Viking or pirates, go have fucking fun playing Vikings and pirates. I totally got Ken bought the Viking version so we could just play dumb Vikings and it would be fun. Like, that's what I did in Skyrim, you know. Have fun. Life is short. But the movie, again, it was the pacing, it was the storytelling. I walked out with more questions than I had answers, and like, what the fuck did I just watch? And people who do defend their fandoms just because it's their fandoms, and they have a difficulty looking at things with any sort of like critical eye, that's where it can be like, you don't have to just like a thing because it's your fandom. Yeah. You know, there are plenty of things that I really love that they did other things that sucked, like the Avatar, the Last Airbender movie. Oh, yeah. Like, that movie sucked. I love Avatar, the Last Airbender, the original cartoon. A lot of the comic books are really cool, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because they expand on the story. But that movie sucked, and I'm not too sure how I feel about the Netflix series that's coming out soon.
I'm so curious, because have you heard about Avatar Studios? I think it's called that.
Yeah.
Like, the creators are trying to make an entire company platform based on their creation, and like, I'm hesitant.
Well, they didn't do a great job with Korra.
I think that was more Nickelodeon execs getting in the way on that one. That's my own personal.
I agree. Yeah. That's a whole other different conversation for their stream, because we only got about like 8 minutes left. Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, I think I could make another one. I really love this Ezio kitty. This is great.
Cute. The perfect assassin.
The perfect assassin.
Perfect assassin.
Just waits for people to walk by and dives on their head and just scratches up their neck.
Yeah, they totally fuck people up.
Absolutely.
Cats are born assassins.
And you'd never see them coming either.
No, absolutely not. Well, for the last one, I would love for you to draw Legend of Zelda. A Link kitty.
Do a Link kitty? All right.
Yeah. It's like, and then you have to tell everybody which one was the best Legend of Zelda.
I can tell you that one right now. It was Ocarina of Time, because that's the one that came out when I was 12.
Ditto. Because we were born the same year.
We were.
That's the right answer.
That's the right answer.
I know a lot of people really love Twilight Princess version. Ken played Twilight Princess.
Toilet Princess.
Thank you. And I understand why a lot of people really loved it. Like, the art is beautiful. There are things about the story I have a lot of questions about. And the pacing, it is a fetch quest.
Because you're playing as a Popo.
You're playing as a pupper, which if you were actually playing as a kitty, upgrade.
Absolutely.
That's an upgrade.
Absolutely.
Because if Link was just a kitty, like Ganondorf, screwed.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely screwed.
He'd be hosed.
He'd bat those like light beams back even without the Master Sword.
Yeah.
Kitties are all about bapping that shit around.
Heck yes.
Like, bang! Bang! And then Ganondorf would be like, I can't attack him, he's too cute!
It's too dang cute.
No, how could you? And then, like, Kitty goes, claw! And then just blood.
Absolutely.
And then game over. Like, it was like, you won, you saved Princess Zelda, who's also a kitty. And it's live happily ever after, purring and drinking milk from saucers. Yeah.
I love it.
Perfect game.
That would be a perfect game.
But no, I know
Nintendo
that people loved Twilight Princess. People loved, like, Link to the Past.
Oh, Link to the Past was amazing, though. Like, I will absolutely give that credit. Like, that was a very good game, too. And Link Between Worlds was a lot of fun as well. Like, there's a lot of solid entries into the Zelda franchise.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier, the only true sequel, right?
No. Breath of the Wild is getting a true sequel, but, I mean, well, Link Between Worlds is meant to be a sequel to Link to the Past.
Is it an actual sequel, though?
That seems to be up for debate, unfortunately.
That's why, like, it feels like Breath of the Wild 2 is, like, its first true sequel.
Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask was meant to be a sequel. You are Child Link from Ocarina of Time. Like, that is part of it, yeah.
Okay, but I've seen different things in the Zelda Compendium books that say different things.
What?
We can pull it up later.
Right. Oh.
Like, I believe you.
I mean, I've got Hyrule Historia too, but yeah, no, you are playing Link looking for Navi. That is what took you to Termina.
Okay.
For Majora's Mask.
I want to double check what it says because, again, because I keep hearing back and forth like this is Legend of Zelda's first true sequel, and yeah.
Maybe those are just the kids who couldn't get through Majora's Mask because of the Stone Tower.
Okay, I will say this much. Because Majora's Mask is its own story.
It is.
It's a completely different thing. It's more of like... It's less of a sequel and more of like just continuing the story. But Breath of the Wild 2 is a continuation of the story.
I mean, if
they're not going to another land, they're not going to another place, they're not starting a completely different adventure. They're like, the story concluded here, but they haven't figured everything out. There's still more things to solve and figure out for the story. Yeah. That's why I feel like a lot of people are calling it its first true sequel.
Because I guess I could see, like, just as far as like the rationale goes with Majora's Mask, that it could feel more like a side story rather than being like an entry into like the main franchise kind of idea.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, like a spin-off. Like people can treat it like a spin-off.
That's what I'm like, that's what the compendium says. So yeah.
I can respect people's feelings who feel that it's more of a spin-off game than... Because
Ocarina of Time concludes its story.
It does. Yeah. But, just Link looking for Navi, like, I can appreciate that too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot I could say. But we've only got like 2 minutes left.
Oh no, then I need to hurry up and get some inks on this, buddy.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that you only got like...
No, I appreciate it.
If we go a little over time, I'm sure it's fine.
I don't mind. I mean, we're not turning into pumpkins here.
I don't know about you, but I got some pumpkin spice creamer for my pumpkin spice coffee tomorrow that I'm excited about it.
Spice.
It's my first pumpkin spice of the season. I'm fucking excited.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna have some pumpkin spice iced coffee tomorrow. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna go fast without coffee.
Nice.
But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched, everyone who joined us. We always appreciate you so much. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for just watching. Thanks for being here with us. If you're watching this later, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
I know that longer streams can be, you know, they're fun to put on in the background and look up and like, oh, that's a cool kitty that he's drawn, and then go back to your phone. Whatever way you want to watch and whatever you want to join. We really appreciate your support and being here with us. We stream every single Saturday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Jam and Jabber. We do have goals for recording more videos.
Just gotta find time.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
We both have busy schedules. Like I said, I run my own business. Ken works full time. And I mean, Beatrice, she's busy here being the perfect kitty.
It's true.
And she's got to take so many hours of naps every single day.
It's a contractual obligation.
Yeah. So she can't just stop everything she's doing a recording. But that is something that we're trying to work on. Like always, we are open for suggestions for future streams, future recorded videos, just all sorts of different kind of content, things that you would like to see. Like we said at the beginning of this video, we were just really inspired by Stray. Absolutely adored that game. And it was really fun just to play around with cats as our main protagonists through some of our favorite games.
Protagonists?
Yeah.
I did it.
You did it.
I found the way.
Meow, meow, meow. We've got a couple other ideas. As you were hearing, we were talking a lot about Marvel and DC.
Mm-hmm.
We might have a few of those planned in the future. We'll see. But again, we're always open for suggestions. Feel free to leave in the comments, or you can message us. We both have our Instagram and Facebook and Twitter accounts all listed onto our main page.
So I think it's just Instagram.
You can find our Instagrams.
Whatever, however you want to get to us. Instagram, we post to. We aren't super active on Twitter.
We're pretty regular on Instagram, so you can message us there with your suggestions. Give us a like, give us a follow on those places. We really appreciate it.
It's been a blast.
And Ken, thank you for getting this out right at 10. This is so good.
Gotta bring in our links.
Meow.
Let me fix that. That looks like an H, not an N. Okay, there we go.
Meow, it's perfect.
Links. The hero of Hyrule.
Of Meow Rule.
Yes.
All
right.
Well, thank you all so much for watching.
Thanks for joining us.
It was an absolute pleasure and an absolute blast having you here with us, and we'll hope to see you next week live. And got anything last thing you want to say, Ken?
You know what? Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
We'll
see you next week.